This is Black Ram with a few thoughts on nasty women. This video should not be viewed by women because you will be offended. As we know, most women sit around waiting on offenses to come so they can have something to complain about. This video is not for the simp, the mangina who think that men and women are equals either. I may use a lot of profanity on this video. I don't want to really hold back on some things. This video will have profane language, a racy topic. This video will get somewhat vulgar. I'll try to keep it down to a minimum as best I can. But I'm using this as a soapbox to vent about some thoughts that I've been having for a long time, particularly over the last few days, few weeks. So that's my disclaimer, my acknowledgement, my warning that this video will offend. You don't want to listen to it too loud, maybe if there are children present. Having said that, I was thinking that since Valentine's Day just passed and many people are getting ready for June weddings and all of these things, and I realized that we are, as men, pedestalize women to a degree that we automatically assume that any and every woman, for the most part, is better than we are. They're better than us. They're to be placed high on a pedestal and worshiped. And we don't realize how nasty women are. And what I mean by nasty is this. You take a female when she's in high school and in her college years, all the way up until she gets about 35 years old. The amount of sexual partners she's had probably goes from around 5 and 6 to see somewhat of a modest woman to, by the time she's 35, 15, 20, 25, 30. Now, many people may say this is extreme, but I've talked to many females, and in order to extract information from women, you have to be very subtle about it. And not that I particularly am worried about the amount of sexual partners a woman has. It's a curiosity. I look at women as something to research and to study and even to laugh at. And if you're very careful and tactical about your information gathering from women, you will find that most women are whores to the extreme. And what do I mean by whore? A moral and biblical definition of a whore is a woman who has multiple partners for money or pleasure. And when we think of whores, we automatically go to the streetwalker because she sells sex. But we don't think about you don't think about your current girlfriend or your wife. You don't think about the amount of men that she's been with. And we look at it as nothing. And some may say, well, men have a lot of sex partners too. And this is where I distance myself from people, because I do not believe that men and women are equal from a moral standpoint and a biological standpoint. Women have a whole doctor dedicated just to their vagina. A woman can get an infection in her vagina without even having sex. It's called bacterial vaginosis. Do you know that the same bacterial vaginosis can come from her having multiple sex partners, and these men may not even be carriers of any disease whatsoever? But the amount of semen in her vagina can cause this overgrowth of bacteria. Do you know that black women have more diseases than black men and any other group of people on the planet? Do you realize that your beloved girlfriend has slept with multiple men, taking it in the rear, in her mouth, and miles of penis going through her vagina? And you think this is a good catch? And you think you're equal to her? In fact, this equality that women scream about, the whole women's suffrage and They're given privileges and rights. The only thing that a woman has done with what she's been given in a society as way of so-called freedom and equality, all she's been free to do is be a slut and a whore. That's it. That's the only freedom that she has, to go and sleep with multiple men without shame or guilt, because you manginas, you simps, say it's okay that this woman has had 15 sexual partners by the time she's 35, and I'm being very modest here. Because as we well know, that number can be 30 or 40, and it's fine. It's fine. It's fine that she's guzzled semen from multiple men. And with that mouth she's going to use to kiss your children. It's fine that she complains about penis sizes because she's had so many of them, which should be an indictment, should be an indicator of her whoredom, is used to shame men who don't meet her length and girth requirements. This is whoredom, and it's fine. And the same woman you're going to choose to carry your children. And here go the thing. We really don't have much choice in the matter, because mostly all women are hoes. Mostly all of them. Very few. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. Even her having one man is too much. But what we get is the extreme. A woman who has 2 kids by 2 different guys, or 3 or 4 children by, X amount of guys. You have a woman who's pretty much done everything sexually, so when she gets with you, she's bored. And you're made to be shamed and feel bad about it. Does this make sense? But you love her though. But you pedestalize her though. You look at her as your equal though. You won't shame her for that. The thoughts and ideas that men have about women is just fucking ridiculous. This is, in my mind, a woman who's had sex with multiple men is like wearing another man's underwear after he just took them off. I had a conversation with a guy about the same subject last week. And he told me, hey, I'm lucky. My woman only had 3 guys. That's like saying only 3 men wore the same pair of underwear before they gave it to you without washing it. That shit is nasty. But we think nothing of it. It's fine. It's okay. And guess what? After this woman has gargled semen in her mouth, had loads of it in her vagina and in her anus, from multiple men, you now want to get her pregnant and marry her. And you think that you're really getting something. Let's look at it like this. Your average woman, she will never tell you that she had sex with her best friend's boyfriend, or she had sex with her boyfriend's brother or cousin or friend. She won't tell you that. She won't tell you that on a night where she was drinking, she had sex with 2 men at one time. She won't tell you about the time she met the guy at the club and he took her to the hotel, or the guy that she met at the club and took her straight to his car and she gave him head in the back seat. Your wife, your girlfriend is not going to tell you about that. But you think you have something. And the same woman who had sex with a guy she met within the first hour, the first day, or even the first week, or even 2 weeks, that same woman who's done this over and over again in her lifetime, the same woman who's had sex without being in a committed relationship over and over again. In fact, the majority of her sex partners came from an uncommitted relationship. This same woman will tell you that you have to marry her, take care of her, in order to continue your sexual recreation with her, so to speak. Same woman, same slut, same nasty hoe. You have to pay for what other men have gotten for free. You have to worship and pedestalize. You have to give her the ring, the ceremony. You have to become the boyfriend of the same slut who's had sex with 15, 20, 30, and 40 men without any commitment at all, but you must commit. And you bet not cheat on her. Oh, no. A woman would be quick to tell you, oh, I don't share a man. Really? Were you sharing when you were having sex in this and uncommitted relationship with all these men that you've had? And almost every woman I've ever met in my entire life that's over age 30 at least, if they are honest, or if you can catch them in the right mood without making them feel bad about it, they will admit to having sex with men that they knew were in a relationship or even married. And I know plenty of women who have dated married men or men who they were in relationships for a few months, all the way to 1 year, 5 years, even 10 years, dealing with a man who they know is married or has a relationship. But you, no, not you, buddy. No, you bet not cheat on her. She's not going to share you. She shared this other guy who she looked at as being of high value. She'd been in a relationship with him for 7, 8 years, knowing that he has a wife. But you, she ain't sharing. She's wise now. She's a different woman now. But what do you get out of that? The same slut that's had sex with 15 guys or more, dealt with married men, again, you have to marry her. And what you get to do, you get the job of getting her, not when she's in her teens and 20s, her best years, no. Not when her sexual market value is high, no. You get her when she's in her 30s, when she's ready to settle down. You get her when her vagina is used and stretched out. You get her after she's had 1 or 2 or more diseases. You get to have her once she's had a couple of kids. And she can't, she's not gonna share you. You get to commit to her and marry her and watch her age. And women do not age gracefully. We know they hit the wall. You get to watch her gain weight. You get to hear her nag and complain. You get to hear her whine and threaten you to leave you, child support, alimony. That's what you get. Now, when she was in her 20s, a guy would call her up and either go to her place or his place, hit the pussy, leave, and that's it. But you stuck with that. That's your wife, that's your girl, now that's your equal now. That's your partner now. And watch her slowly gain the weight. Listen to her complain that maybe your sexual skills in the bedroom is lacking because she's been with so many. That's what you get. And at the end of all that, she still may leave your goofy ass for another stupid guy. Realize that these women are nasty, man. Women are the biggest liars and hypocrites in the world. Quickly, they'll say, I'm not going to share a man, but you shared all your men. Now you wise. 20 years of failed relationships. 20 years of dating and being in and out of relationships. Now you're ready. Now a guy gets you after you're used up and worn. You get nothing from these women. Absolutely nothing. A woman is not an asset in these days and times. Some women could be, but we know that they're not. What a woman is a liability. And an expensive one too. The same woman that many men have had sex with freely without giving up anything of themselves is the same woman you have to pay and give her and dedicate your whole life to, and you think you have something. Nasty are most women. Whores and sluts are most women. And for you all who think that it's the same thing as if a man does it, what a fool you are. A woman's vagina is on the inside of her. She's the one who has the babies. She's the one that's more prone to diseases. But you think in your mangina, simp, weenie mind that it's all the same. A woman to tell you that her vagina is so sacred that her feelings are attached to her vagina. I've heard women say that over and over again. Was your feelings attached to your vagina when you had sex with all of these multiple men without a relationship? When you had sex with 2 men at a time? When you performed fellatio in the backseat, was your vagina and body sacred then? What other men treated as garbage, she expects you to treat as a prize. She's valuable just because she has the vagina. And truth be told, most women are not smart, they're not intelligent, they're not funny, they're not witty. They offer nothing intellectually. They offer nothing financially. All they have is a nasty ass, raggedy ass, used up vagina that you are paying for. Something that another man threw in the trash by fucking her, busting his nut, and leaving her the hell alone. That's what you living for, loving, and paying for. That's what you get. This is a raw deal. And I just hope that men can see these things. Because, I'm sorry, us men, we have to be the dumbest group of human beings in the world for somebody to package up some shit and sell it to you. Literal dung or shit, feces, whatever you want to call it. Package that up and sell it to you at a high price. And this shit is in demand. And most women's vagina is a shithole. That's all it is. But you're supposed to respect her and value her and appreciate her as a woman. Really? This slut and this whore. And most women fit this description. I don't care if she's black, white, Asian, whatever. The United States of America and Western culture have allowed women to be the biggest sluts in the world and be put on a pedestal for that. That's why this truly is a woman's world. A woman can do anything she wants, has all the rights and the privileges, and nobody calls her out on her shit. And the only people who suffer ridicule is guys like myself and others who are on their soapbox as well. But when you look at media, women are prizes. They're wonderful. They're to be adored and admired, and Valentine's Day and anniversary and weddings. White dresses. These women are far from virtuous, far from being virgins, far from being moral. In fact, women are most immoral people you can meet. This same hoe who tells you that she's valuable and she's to be respected, that she's not going to share a man, and will tell you all day what type of man she deserves, never put those expectations on anybody until she met your dumb ass. You took the bait. Now you loving her. Now you wifing her up. Now she's important to you. And she hasn't added anything to your life whatsoever. All you get is to do for her and enjoy in your goofy ass mind a raggedy used up vagina. That's all you're getting. And women don't have the decency and the honesty to say, hey, you know what? I've accepted a lot of things in my life. I've had uncommitted sex. I've dealt with men who were married and had girlfriends. I'm worn the fuck out. And I just want a guy to look past all that, love me in spite of. That would be reasonable. But even if she said that, she expects way more from you than any man has ever given her. And I know I'm rambling here a little bit, but we fall for it. Now she wants a man to love her more than ever before, commit to her more than ever before. And it's over for her. She's 35 and 40, even when she hit 30 years old. Tons of men in her past. How long will we let social media, television and radio, and advertisement brainwash us and manipulate our minds into thinking that giving all our resources to a whore is a good thing? And the same society will look down on prostitution like it's any different. All you're doing by marrying a woman is marrying a whore versus just paying for it right out and getting it out of the way. I mean, is there a huge difference from a woman who had sex with 30 men, most of the time unprotected, and a woman who's had sex with maybe 300 men getting money? Well, I know there's a big difference in numbers, but the principle is still the same. How is her womb sacred? How is she valuable? And the vagina that she holds in such esteem has been given to so many men. As the old saying, why buy the cow when you got the milk for free? Everybody been getting this milk for free, but you have to pay for it. How long will we pedestalize and worship women? How long will we degrade our own value and ascribe a higher value to women? You know, when we have conversations about women dating thugs and bums and all this other stuff. We act as if a woman should know better. We act as if she should be smarter than that. We act as if she's more valuable than that. But the truth be told, these bitches ain't shit, boy. They're nothing. They have no morals. No, they're intelligent enough, sneaky enough, conniving enough to ascribe value to themselves when there is none in order to sell it to you. She's better than a used car salesman. She's selling used vagina. And you're going to pay for it over and over again. You're going to guard that used vagina with your life. And most women have so many secrets and so many sexual exploits that she'll never tell you about. And truth be told, because I've been this man, a lot of women have guys in their past that they can't shake. And although this is your woman and your wife, she has a guy too that she could never quite get a hold of, that she could never quite figure out, that can come back and still have a piece of that nasty ass used up vagina that you paying for. And you think you got something. In fact, she's settling in her mind when she gets you. When she makes you her boyfriend. But you think you got something. The mind of a mangina and a simp is one of sickness and disease. Because he actually thinks that every woman is valuable. And more valuable than he is. When the man is the one that's the prize. We provide for them. Even if a woman has a great paying job. So what? A woman is nothing without a man. Everything that she has, owns, or will have has been given to her by the man. And sometimes this man is the state or corporations. But yet and still, women would die off tomorrow if men decided to ignore them completely, to shun them. You're the prize. But that means nothing because she's used up. So you're the idiot. You're the one that's paying for it. You're the one that's in love with it. This is ridiculous. And we fall for it time and time again. I can't tell you how many women I've met who said, I've never had sex this quick before. Oh, I'm just comfortable with you. I just feel this way about you. And she's told that to probably every man. How many times have you heard a woman tell you or tell a guy that, she loves you more than she's loved any other man? And she's told that to 5 men before. She's in love with every man she's been with. But you think you got something. You call yourself a lucky guy to have a slut calling you her boyfriend or her husband. How long do we have to worship at the altar of sluts and whores? How long? Manginaism is running 90-95%. It's everywhere. And nobody tells the truth about women. Nobody calls them out on their shit. Just a few guys on YouTube. That's it. And we receive all of the negative attention and comments. We're so horrible because we're the only one that calls women out on their shit. Meanwhile, Steve Harvey, who hates women, gets paid by lying to women, telling them that it's not their fault, that they're whores and sluts, that it's a man's fault. Telling them that although they made bad choices, they're still valuable. It's guys like T.D. Jakes who say, there's nothing wrong with you, woman. It's the man's fault. Tyler Perry showing a used up woman with nothing to offer being saved by some man after she's been slutting around and slammed through all the gears. And now some guy, some awesome guy with muscles and means and money is going to come swoop down and rescue her. Do you know these guys hate women? Who loves you more? A guy that warns you that a train is coming, so get off the tracks? Or someone who tells you, no, stay there and nothing's going to happen to you? A guy like Steve Harvey, T.D. Jakes, and Tyler Perry, they make money off lying to women. My video that women want to be lied to has offended a lot of people. Prove to me that I'm wrong. Isn't that what mainstream media does to women all day long? Lie to them? Women are lovers of lies. Their whole life is a lie. They lie to themselves, other people. These lies are reinforced by society. And no matter how big of a slut a woman is, no matter how she lacks in moral character, she's still considered as valuable. And deep down inside, she knows that she's not. You know how I know deep down inside she doesn't believe this? Because these women won't tell you how many sexual partners they had in their lifetime. Oh no, you're not going to get that. Again, she's not going to tell you about how many times she's been in the backseat of a guy's car and swallowed his semen. She's not going to tell you about the guys that she barely knew, that she took off her clothes. Think about this. Barely know a guy, a day or two that she's known him, maybe sometimes a week. She takes her clothes off in front of him and gives up her vagina to a stranger. She knows that this is wrong, but she'll try to justify it and lie about how many men she's done this to, or with, I'm sorry. And at the same time tell you, after reading Steve Harvey's book, that you have to wait 90 days to have sex with the same hoe who gave it up in the first day to another guy. And you know why she does this? Because she wants to marry you. She wants you to respect her, but she didn't want respect from the other 15, 20, 30 guys. No, they don't have to respect her. No. She wants to wait to give you head though, huh? She want to wait. She's not going to do that right away to you. But truth be told, most women, majority of guys that they've had sex with, oh yeah, she going to hook him up. She going to swallow him up good. But you got to wait 90 days. You got to wait till she falls in love. And we go for it. We fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. And as much as I talk bad about women, I don't even think it's bad. This is actually love. I'm just telling the truth. I'm just calling a spade a spade. But if these women are so bad, us men, we must be worse. Your self-esteem must be in the toilet when you think that a whore is better than you. Your mind must be gone when you think it's okay for a woman to have sex with multiple men and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's even encouraged. I can see if women offered way more quality things other than beauty and vagina. Now, there are some who do. For you goofy people out there are some women, yes, who are not sluts or as slutty. Yeah, there are some women who are intellectual and caring, but those are far few in between. All she has is that nasty vagina. And if that's all she has and it's used, where is her value? Here you go providing and protecting. Here you go Valentine's Day. Here you go on her birthday, on anniversary, on sweetest day, or just thinking about your day. On Christmas, buying and giving, paying for vacations and trips. And all she offers you is a nasty vagina. And that's all you expect and want. I find the dynamics socially between men and women amazingly funny, shocking, and repulsed by it at the same time. Disgusted by it at the same time. You get nothing from women, gentlemen. If she's not willing to love you, even though most women can't do that, if she's not willing to serve you, love you, respect you, and give to you, what do you have? So yeah, continue to enjoy your slut girlfriend. Continue to trust her. It's widely said that past behavior is the best indicator of future behavior. So if she cheated on her boyfriends before, when she's had non-committed sex before, when she shared many men before, it's possible that she would do that in the future. Maybe not with you, lame, mangina, weenie, weakling, punk. Not with you, punk. But when she divorces you, when she breaks up with you, and she decides she wants to date and be free for a while, she'll go back to the club. And maybe she even do this while she's with you. But she'll go back to the club and have a one night stand. She'll go back to meeting a guy and having sex with him within the same week that she barely knows. She'll go back to that until she finds another simp like you to take advantage of. And tell him that he has to wait 90 days. To tell him that she has to get married first. This is Black Ram. I'm rambling on. I think my point is made that most women are whores and sluts, and that you get nothing out of today's relationships. These women are nasty, having sex with multiple men over their lifetime. She has no value. You pedestalize her, and the prize that you get is to watch her age and age and age, gain more and more weight, and complain and nag the shit out of you. And this same vagina, when it was younger and fresher, that is now old and used, you get to pay for it for the rest of your life. What a fucking deal. What a stupid man you are. This is Black Ram. I'm out.